What's poppin', Bobbies, and welcome to another episode of The Sage. I'm Riley Hull.
And I'm Chris Kathman. On this episode, we have a look into possible changes to school start times.
We sent some of our reporters out to talk to Bobsquad at Monday's basketball game.
And we talked to JV basketball about their current undefeated winning streak.
All that and more on this episode of
The Sage. It's Wednesday, my dudes, and I just got an extra hour of beauty sleep.
Same. I love late start Wednesdays. That extra hour helps to keep me focused in all my classes.
And with all those Hoopcoming festivities last week, I could use a few more hours of sleep.
I know. The staff versus students basketball game on Monday was quite the nail-biter up until the very end in overtime.
Oh yeah. And the teachers' dance during the pep rally was hilarious. Props to all the teachers out there for their amazing moves.
I see you, Mr. Kramer. I'm so happy that we beat Oceanside at the game on Friday. The crowd was insanely spirited.
I know. And the carnival beforehand was fantastic too. Plus, it was really cool to see the news crew at KUSI at the game. Hopefully, that helps us win Battle of the Fans.
Yeah. With how close we were to winning last year, our victory this year would be a cherry on top of a great Hoopcoming weekend. But getting up Monday morning at 6 after all that sure was a challenge.
Next year, we might have to worry about that. Let's send it to Lily McCoy and Camila Moreno to get an inside look at the impact of less sleep and the possible plans for upcoming years.
On August 31st, California lawmakers voted to ban middle schools and high schools from starting before 8:30 a.m. The goal? Getting students to sleep in. The bill stipulates that the local community members have the control to decide school start times. However, California Governor Jerry Brown did not want to mandate start times, therefore vetoing the bill.
So it was interesting, the state of California's legislature passed a bill that would require all middle schools and high schools to start at 8:30 in the morning or later, but the governor vetoed it, largely on the grounds of local control arguments, right? So do local school districts have the right to decide what time school should start? And I think that was the right decision on the part of the governor.
We asked students whether or not they would want school start time to be pushed to 8:30.
I think it would be good for school start time to be pushed to 8:30 because a lot of kids, they ain't getting sleep. And it's not helping in their academics.
No, because then I'll have to stay here longer, and no.
Yes, 100%. Well, I like to sleep. Last night, for example, I got 4 hours of sleep.
Kids need to sleep, and I'd rather sleep more and then stay after school because it's going to be the same time. We just wake up later.
No, I'm going to be tired anyway. Get me out of here as quick as possible. I need more time in the day. Got to do my things.
We asked counselor Megan Carrazza how school start time affects students.
For me, I am absolutely a big proponent for a later start time for two reasons. One, the research speaking to adolescents naturally have a different sleep cycle. And then also, we saw such pronounced kind of improvements in other districts I've worked in when they moved this start time back. And so in regards to mental health, it's more about the balance, honoring kind of like where you are developmentally. And so part of that is the physiology of when adolescents sleep. So again, if we know you're not falling asleep till 11 or 12, we naturally need to kind of push the start time back.
This has been Camila Moreno and Lily McCoy reporting for The Sage.
Thanks, Lily and Camila. I really hope they end up pushing back the start times.
Something that always wakes me up is the energy that the Bobsquad brings to all of our games.
You know, I've never been able to go see a SCHS game and see what kind of spirit we bring when we travel to other schools.
Lucky for you, Brady, Caskey, and Bryant Kitisin were able to give us a look at our school spirit at the game.
Hey Bobcats, I'm Bryant Kitisin.
And I'm Summer Fitzgerald.
We're here at the Sage Creek vs. Carlsbad game, checking for the Bobsquad.
Let's check it out.
So Titus, what do you think of the game so far?
It's a good game. We're down by 9 points, 7 points now, so it's going pretty good. It's pretty exciting.
You know, it's pretty good, back and forth. We're hanging in there, we're being loud, you know. Got the loud crowd out here. I think we're a little louder though, you never know.
I'm definitely enjoying the game, just like any other, behind or leading, doesn't matter. I always enjoy playing and watching for Sage.
I don't watch basketball, I have no clue what's going on, but I'm really hyped because I see we're pretty close. I'm actually kind of stoked for this. I think it's going to turn out pretty good.
Why is Bobsquad important for Sage?
Bobsquad just really brings all these people out, you know, build community. It's always a great time out here.
Because it's just a big part of our community at Sage, and it's what makes our sports event so special.
I think it just brings the whole school together and unites us all.
It helps us cheer on our players, and it's a really good way to spark community inside our game.
I think it's important because we show our spirit wherever we go.
It just gets everyone hyped, and we just know we're going to win the game. We're going to come out with that dub.
Well, the fact that we have pretty much our whole Bobsquad here right now is pretty sick. We're all cheering on. Our crowd looks a lot bigger than theirs, so it's really important.
And last thing, how loud can you get?
I can get pretty loud.
Can you show us?
Bobcats!
Ah!
No.
Yeah!
Let's go, Bobby!
Show us how loud you can be.
Woo!
Yeah!
Show us how loud you can get.
Ah!
Last question. Yeah. Are you from Sage Creek?
No.
Okay, cool. Cool, okay. Thank you.
Go Mavs!
That was such a close game, Bobcats, and I'm so proud of our Bobsquad for coming out here tonight. I'm Summer.
And I'm Bryant, and let's send it back to the anchors.
Thanks, guys. Sports games are always more fun when Bobsquad's there to hype it up.
Speaking of sports, Annabelle Astleford has us covered on this week's sports announcements.
You like to play your own game. Cover it up, don't let them know what you're thinking. I bet you never tell them how it feels.
Hey Bobcats, I'm Annabelle Astleford with the sports for this week. Let's start off with wrestling. Over the weekend, Luke McClellan placed first at the San Diego County Freshman Championships. Congratulations on the title. They will be competing in CIF this Saturday at St. Augustine. Last Friday was Hoopcoming for Sage Creek boys soccer, girls, and boys basketball. Played making that day an exciting one for athletics and a nail-biter match. Soccer came up with a short, losing 2-3 with Titus Washington scoring 2 goals to add to a season total of 17. Afterwards, my girls basketball team played, and we outscored the Pirates 42-24. Sydney Tomine scored 10 points with 7 rebounds, Brooke Vinzinski with 8 points and 8 rebounds, and I scored 9 points. The boys followed that, putting up 72 points against Oceanside. Dalton Miller led the team with 18 points, 12 of which came from beyond the arc. And Nick Sonk followed that with 14 points, 2 blocks, and 8 rebounds. Tyler Hill put up a last-second 3 to cap off the first Hoopcoming win for Sage Creek upcoming. Both girls and boys basketballs have games at SDA this Friday. Boys soccer has their senior night this Friday versus High Tech High. Girls soccer had a tough go-around last Thursday, losing to Oceanside 2-1. They will be home tomorrow versus SDA. In a record-breaking news, our JV basketball team is 21-0 this season after their win versus Carlsbad on Monday. Here's Gavin and Cooper with more.
I'm here with your JV basketball team captains Zach Chandler and Carson Olander after winning their 21st win on Monday night against Carlsbad High. Why do you think your team has been so successful this year?
I think we all worked well together as a team. We have good chemistry. We have a good coach, and we're all friends. We all have fun together.
So that 21st win was against Carlsbad High, our town rivals. How did that feel for you?
It was a big accomplishment for us because a lot of those people are our friends, and we're really glad to pull out the win for all the fans there supporting us.
What do you think the fans should do to come support you guys?
Just come to our games, be loud in the crowd, just have a good environment, and just have fun.
Okay, this has been Cooper Hancock with the JV captains, sending it back to the sports.
Thanks, Gavin and Cooper. We hope to see that streak continue in the future. The varsity team played Carlsbad. Right after that, and after a back-and-forth fight, the Bobcats scarcely lost to Carlsbad 51-60. Lastly, Academic Lead had a match against SDA last Thursday. Freshmen lost 40-43, JV won 73-36, and varsity won 84-46. Well, that's all we have for the sports. For more updates on Sage Creek, follow the Sage publication and the Sage Sports on Instagram. I'm Annabelle Astleford, sending it back to the anchors.
Thanks, Annabelle. Well, that's all we have for you this week, Bobcats.
Make sure to head over to thesagenews.com for all the new stories.
Thanks so much for watching. This has been Riley Hull
and Chris Kathman reporting for The Sage.